If you're a quilter who's finishing your projects on your domestic machine, the Hera marker may be your new best friend. The Hera marker is one of my favorite quilting tools, and it's a perfect tool for anyone looking to do simple but professional quilting. Let me show you how. First, I lay a cutting mat under my layered and basted quilt top so that I have a hard surface for the Hera marker to press into. You use a Hera marker in a similar way as using a rotary cutter, so you position an acrylic ruler on your quilt where you'd like to mark a line, and then run the Hera marker along the ruler, pressing down to crease the quilt. Then you just use that marked line as a guide to make more lines. So in this quilt, I wanted quilting every 4 inches. So I'm measuring at the 4-inch line and then creasing the fabric with my Hera marker again. Keep doing that across the quilt top. You can do this before or after you've basted your quilt, but I prefer to do it after basting so I can be sure the layers don't shift. And there will be times when you have to stop and reposition the cutting mat and then keep marking. And that is no big deal. Just make sure you're keeping your quilt sandwich flat and smooth so your lines are straight. Here's a better view of the lines I've marked so that you can see them. Then you can sew along the marked lines to quilt your quilt. I'm using a straight stitch here, but you could also use a decorative stitch like a zigzag or a serpentine stitch, or you could even use the lines as a guide for freehand curved quilting. Continue quilting each line you've marked. You can see I was close to hitting that basting pin, but I didn't need to quite remove it. But if you did need to remove a pin or need to stop to readjust, that's no problem. Just stop with your needle down and continue sewing when you're ready. I like to keep my sewing steady with as little stopping as possible for the most natural lines. So after I quilted every 4 inches diagonally across this quilt, I did quilting diagonally in the opposite direction to get a grid pattern. It's easy and fun, and you get a really nice result. So I hope you give quilting with a Hera marker a try.